right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutation, hopefully out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole select of believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Alright, what I want to get into this morning, just go into various topics, a few things going on in the news, a few things going on amongst, Israel, concerning the doctrine, as always, but one thing that you have to keep at the forefront is prophecy. And we know one of the methods of the devil, Esau, Edom, beginning with these elites, is to bring order out of chaos. That's to bring order out of chaos. Now, listen to some news this morning, and as of today, out of those 700,000 immigrants at the border, 83,000 have officially crossed the border. That's a lot of new people entering into a population at one time. And then you had reports, if it's true, that you had immigrants, rewiring people's electricity to their houses, to charge their phones. And my thing is this: if they're able to do that, that's like a special skill set. You can't just go tampering with electricity. You can't, average person just can't go tampering with electricity, and use it, make it, to where they can use it for their use to charge a phone. Like that's a skill set, So if that's true what they're saying, if they're doing things like that, they let you know that there's a lot of trained operatives, within, those masses of people that are migrating, into, the southern United States, mainly, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, so that's just something to keep an eye on, because we know that this man wants to bring order out of chaos. This man wants to bring the chaos so he can present, his order through his technology, so he can present restoration of peace through his technology, which is the CHIP, which is the MOTB. And it's so obvious what it is, to the point where you even have, Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC pretty much now trying to incorporate the CBDC into their breakdown of the MOTB. Now he's still saying the actual, MOTB is sin, which you can't make that make sense. But what he's doing, he's trying to weave in the CBDC, which is the central bank digital currency, which is the currencies that the central banks, want to bring to the earth and make it a one world currency. Now, my perspective on it, just speaking as a man, Nate doing that shows that, he doesn't have the integrity to say, this is what it is, which we know that, he's bought and paid for, so he can't just come out and say it. But, just seeing how Nate moves, the last thing that he would ever do, is to say that the teachings of the apostles, which we just teach what the scriptures say through the Holy Spirit, the teaching of the apostles and GMS was right. This is what the MOTB is. I doubt he'll ever say that, but that does stir up thought in people that follow IUIC to where if the elect amongst them is gonna click. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, what the CBDC has to do with sin? Okay? Because as a brother Baquar Moth made the point, because Nate saying that they're going to use the CBDC to force you to sin. And my question is this: how would they know that you've sinned? How would they know what sin you have committed and when you have sinned? Okay? So they say they freeze your bank accounts. They're using his logic. Or take money out your bank accounts. Well, what are you going to do to get that money back? What sin are you going to have to commit? You still got to, it still doesn't make sense. It's still not fully clicking. But him trying to weave in, the CBDC doctrine, okay, the CBDC aspect to their breakdown, now it's opening the room up for more discussion. Okay, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay? And, Nate, he's trying to prepare for a soft landing for when this thing is mandated, that he can, jump out and say that he's been teaching it, which it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, we're here to be watchmen and warn. So if he does finally come around and incorporates it fully, he will be warning the people rightfully. And maybe the elect, well, we know the elect is going to take heed that's amongst them, and come fully into the right doctrine, man. So, if the Lord making moves how he wants to make them, and we're just watching, and all we can do is just keep teaching sound doctrine, man, being unchanging. One thing about the apostles and elders, the doctrine that they've, hit the scene with has been the same doctrine they rolled it out with, man. Things have become clear as prophecy has been unfolded, okay? But they have stood to the same doctrine, okay, that they've hit the scene with, and they're just facts. Beyond all the slander and, all the gimmicks of these other camps, you can't take that away. Like, it's just recorded, all right? That these men have done that. It's recorded, So, you have that going on. And then, what you have over there dealing with Ukraine, these EU nations are starting to supply Ukraine with weaponry. Now, Britain has been the first EU nation to supply, Ukraine with missiles. Okay, Britain is the first EU nation to supply Ukraine with missiles. So now, what we have is the EU is making themselves direct oppositions to Russia. Now, Ukraine is nothing but a pawn in the overall game of the EU to deter Russia, from growing in strength. All Russia is doing is occupying Ukraine, all right, to put themselves in position for an invasion if need be. When Russia wants to invade the rest of EU, they're already in the doorway. They are already, in the lobby, so to speak. By Russia being in Ukraine, they're already in the lobby of the EU. Okay? Ukraine can do nothing to stop Russia from advancing on into these other EU nations. And what these EU nations are doing is using Ukraine as a buffer, and a pawn, all right, in this Game of Thrones. So by Britain sending those missiles to Ukraine, they're doing nothing but rousing up the bear even more. Because Russia military is going to make its way to that Middle East, okay? And it's going to run through those EU nations, all right? No EU nation, all right, stands a chance in hell in stopping that Russian invasion. And see, with them occupying Ukraine, that's the biggest border, okay, that Russia has with Europe, which would allow Russia to send massive troops and military equipment into Europe, all right, quickly. You see? The stage is set. So you have all these things happening, all right? You have all these things happening real time. So everything now is about patience, man. You know, just waiting. You know, and that's why, you know, we wait. We just continue to become the best versions of ourselves in this ministry, man. You know, hey, it's time to gird up our loins, man, and really, you know, pretty much exert ourselves in the truth, man, because a lot of things that try to tie us down in our day-to-day, this shit ain't even finna matter soon, man. You know, and that's one way to think about, you know, things and prioritize things is, are these things going to matter in the time of chaos? So, what should I be gearing my energy towards, my time towards? Like, these things, like I say, that try to occupy our time, you know, we have to ask the question, will these things matter in the time of chaos? Okay? Will these things be even a factor? Okay? Because at the end of the day, we gotta minimize things that don't matter and maximize the things that do. Because as me and the brother that we was bringing out on the line yesterday, me and the brother El Kazak, the brother Halak, you know, the things of this world is getting ready to pass away, but this word gonna stand. You know? So our priority should be occupied in this word more and more. Okay? Our mindset should be occupied in the things, okay, of the heavens, man. Okay, the Lord's will playing out in the earth, man. You know, become and conform more and more into righteousness as we see these things unfolding, man. You see, we here. You know, we right here. It's just a matter of time before that first domino falls, and these things just start to happen rapidly, man. Because things are going to speed up. You know, once that first domino really falls, things are going to speed up. You know, so as we know these things, the scripture say we are not children of darkness, but children of light. You know, we can clearly see these things unfolding, and we know what they lead to. You see, so you know, just want to touch on those things, man. You know, just to speak on it real quick. You know, just to give a brief update of things that's going on. You know, things, you know, that I've been listening to and watching. You know, just want to put that out there real quick, you know, for a brief update. You know, Lord will, you brothers, you know, and you sisters are well informed and edified. You know, any question, comments, you know, any articles, any, you know, things that you see interesting, you know, posts, you know, and we'll get into it. So Lord will, you was edified. Till next time, I say shalom.